These pants can age you 10 years or they can take 10 years off. And the only thing deciding which one happens to you is a single measurement sitting on your own body right now that you can find in about 30 seconds. I'm going to show you exactly where it is. And once you see it, I promise you will never shop for pants the same way again. There is something about a woman over 50 that the fashion industry has never quite known what to do with. Her skin holds the story of every year she has lived. Her posture carries decades of showing up for herself and for everyone else. And somehow, most style advice still gets written as if she does not exist. So let's fix that today, together, one pair of wide-leg pants at a time. Maybe you have done this. Pulled a pair of wide-leg pants off the rack, held them up in the mirror and thought, these are going to swallow me whole, and put them right back on the hanger. I did that too, for years actually, until someone finally pointed out something so simple I almost laughed at myself. It was never the pants, it was 3 small, completely fixable things nobody had ever taught me to look for. Welcome to Ever Chic at 50, the channel built around one idea. Fashion should work with the body you have right now, not the one the magazines were designing for 30 years ago. If that kind of honest, no-fluff styling advice is what you actually want, this is a good moment to subscribe, because by the end of today, you are going to know exactly what most stylists charge a consultation fee to explain. Here is the promise. By the time this video ends, you will know the exact fit, fabric, and length to look for. No expensive wardrobe overhaul required. You will understand why your body genuinely holds clothing differently now than it did at 40, and why that is not a failure on your part. It is simply the truth of aging gracefully in a body that has earned its shape. And you will know the one waistband placement that makes your legs look longer in the 2 seconds it takes to bend to one side in front of a mirror. Stay with me for tip number 4. It is the detail that changes everything else on this list, and almost nobody explains it correctly. Save this video right now, honestly, because the next 3 sections are the exact checklist a stylist would walk you through in a $150 consultation, and you are about to get it for free. This first one is the single biggest style ager in wide-leg pants, and it is almost always invisible to the person wearing them because you see your own pants from above, not from the side the way everyone else does. Too long and the fabric pools on the floor, picks up dirt, frays at the hem, and becomes a genuine tripping hazard. Too short, and it cuts your leg line at the exact worst point, visually shortening you and adding bulk right where you don't want it. Here's the rule. No guessing required. A full-length wide-leg pant should just barely graze the top of your shoe. Think a whisper of fabric touching down, never a puddle. If you're wearing them cropped, they should land at the slimmest part of your ankle bone, never mid-calf, which is the single most unflattering point on almost every leg shape. But here's what nobody tells you. Length is not a hem it once and forget it decision. The exact same pair that looks perfect with boots and thick socks in January can look completely wrong with bare ankles and sandals in June. If a pair earns a permanent spot in your closet cross seasons, it is worth either a second hem length or a compromise length that works reasonably well in both worlds. That single adjustment is the difference between pants you wear twice and pants you reach for all year long. Quick gut check. Have you ever bought a perfect pair of pants that somehow looked wrong the moment you switched from boots to sandals? Tell me in the comments. I want to know how common this actually is. This next one is sneaky because it has nothing to do with the cut of the pant and everything to do with what it is made of. It is the mistake almost every online shopper makes without realizing it. Stiff, heavy fabric, raw denim, thick canvas cotton, stands away from the body instead of moving with it. That is precisely what creates bulk, especially through the hip. Drapey fabric, linen, soft crepe, a fluid rayon or viscose blend, falls with gravity and skims the body instead of fighting it. Here is the test almost nobody does, and it takes 10 seconds. Gather a section of fabric in your fist, Hold it for a count of 3, then let go. If it holds that crushed shape, it is working against you. Put it back. If it falls back into a smooth line almost immediately, that fabric will move beautifully when you walk. This one test tells you more than any size chart, any brand name, or any professional photo ever will, because it is testing the material itself, not somebody else's body wearing it under studio lighting. If you are shopping online, and let's be honest, most of us are now, this test still works. Scroll past the polished brand photos and look specifically for customer-uploaded photos. A relaxed cut in stiff cotton behaves nothing like the same cut in soft viscose, even when the size tag says the exact same number. Here's the one that quietly turns elegant trousers into what feels like a sack, and it's almost never about the pants themselves. It's about everything happening around them. Your eye needs somewhere to land when it scans an outfit. Without a defined waist, your eye slides straight from shoulder to ankle without stopping anywhere, and the whole look reads as one shapeless column. A defined waistline, a fitted top, a soft belt, a gentle tuck, gives the eye that landing point, and that single detail does more for your silhouette than the actual cut of the pants ever could on its own. So, an honest question for you, and I genuinely want your answer in the comments. Of these first 3, which one is most likely happening in your closet right now? Length, fabric, or waist definition? Drop the number. I read every single comment, and it tells me exactly what to cover in the next video. Now, the moment I promised you at the very top. This is tip number 4, and it is, without question, the detail that changes everything else on this list. Where the waistband of your pants actually sits on your body matters more than almost any other single decision you will make. And most women have genuinely never located their true waistline in their entire life. A true high rise should sit right at your natural waistline, not above the belly button, not below it, but at the narrowest point of your torso. When it sits exactly there, it does something that feels almost like a magic trick. It visually lengthens the leg and smooths the middle without a single piece of shapewear involved. Here's how you find it, and it takes 30 seconds. Stand up right now if you can and bend gently to one side. The crease that forms, that is your natural waist. That is the exact point a true high-rise pant should sit, and it's almost never where the mannequin photo suggests, because every body stores that crease in a slightly different place. This is the 2-second test I promised you. Try it tonight in front of your own mirror before you buy another pair of pants online. It costs nothing, and it will change every fitting room decision you make from here forward. Here's the styling formula elegant dressers never abandon. When there's volume on the bottom, you need structure on top. That does not mean squeezing into something tight. It means choosing pieces that skim your shape instead of adding to the volume. A fitted knit tucked in at the front, a blouse with a soft half tuck, a blazer left open to create one clean vertical line down the body. Any of these anchors a flowing pant instantly. The mistake almost everyone makes without realizing it is pairing a wide flowing pant with an equally wide flowing top. When both halves of the outfit are soft and loose, there's no shape anywhere, and instead of reading as relaxed and elegant, the whole thing reads as a costume rather than an outfit. Here is a fast way to check yourself before you leave the house. Look at your reflection from the side, not just straight on. If you cannot tell where your waist is from that side profile, something needs adjusting. The side view does not lie the way a front view sometimes does. It strips away color and pattern and shows you the actual shape you are creating. A few finishing details make an outsized difference, and one of them is genuinely a secret most women never hear. Keeping your top and pants in the same color family, cream with cream, navy with navy, creates one long, unbroken line from shoulder to floor. That single choice does more for how tall you look than a pair of heels ever could. Shoes matter just as much. A pointed flat or a low block heel elongates the leg beautifully, and matching your shoe color color to your pants creates an uninterrupted line from waist to toe. Another quiet way to look taller without doing anything dramatic at all. And now, the tailoring trick I promised you earlier. If you can pinch more than 2 inches of extra fabric anywhere around the waist or hip when the pants are buttoned, that is not a sizing problem. That is a tailoring opportunity. A $30 pair of pants, properly tailored, can look like it costs $200. And here's what surprises most people. Tailoring wide leg pants is often cheaper and faster than tailoring fitted ones, because the alterations usually happen only at the waist and hip, never down the full leg. It is one of the most underused tools sitting in plain sight in almost every closet. I want to tell you about a moment that stuck with me. A woman in this community once wrote in the comments that she had avoided wide leg pants for almost a decade, convinced they made her look lost. One hemming appointment and a properly placed high-rise later, she said something I have never forgotten. "I didn't change my body, I just finally understood it." That is the whole point of everything we covered today. None of this was ever about hiding. It's about understanding how fabric, structure, and proportion actually work, and using that knowledge on purpose instead of guessing every single time you get dressed. You do not need to be a certain height, a certain size, or a certain age to wear wide leg pants beautifully. You needed someone to explain the why behind the styling, not just hand you another list of rules with no context. Now you have it. Here is what I believe, and I will say it as plainly as I can. Fashion after 50 is not about fading quietly into the background. It's not about dressing to be forgiven for still being visible. Mature style, silver hair worn with confidence, rich skin that has earned every line, a closet built on timeless fashion instead of trends, that is not something to apologize for. That is the whole point of Ever Chic at 50. We are not here to help you disappear. We are here to help you take up exactly the space you deserve. Every video on this channel is built the same way, specific, practical, and made for exactly where you are right now, not styling advice recycled from a 25-year-old's closet. If this video gave you even one thing you did not know a few minutes ago, and I would bet it gave you a few, that is exactly why Ever Chic at 50 exists. Give it a like right now before you go. It's the simplest way to tell me this kind of practical, respectful advice for women over 50 is actually wanted. And it's what keeps this channel showing up in front of the women who need it, instead of getting buried by content made for someone else entirely. And if you want more of this, real, specific answers about dressing for the body and the life you actually have, subscribe to Ever Chic at 50 and turn on notifications. New videos on timeless fashion, mature women's style, graceful aging, and building real confidence after 50 go up regularly. And I promise every single one follows the same rule. No filler, no generic advice, just what actually works. One last question before you go, and I genuinely want your honest answer in the comments. Out of everything we covered today, length, fabric, waistline, rise placement, or tailoring, which one are you changing the very next time you get dressed? Not which one surprised you most, which one you're actually going to do differently. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay elegant, stay comfortable, and remember, your confidence is the most timeless thing you will ever wear. Like this video, subscribe to Ever Chic at 50, and join us next time for more timeless style secrets that help women over 50 look elegant, confident, and effortlessly beautiful.